I'm Chris Jackamick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important. But I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text, actually, from my stepmom. I was like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates, and she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day, 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth, was like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? It's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it got transformed into Lo and Behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Oh my gosh, everybody. I am so excited. My heart's pumping. My hands are sweaty. Please welcome our very own Director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksonek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things back in the day. He's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going, no matter how hard it gets. no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're going to take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's going to help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's going to save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back to the stream. It is Friday Night Lights. We are here at Knoxville for week 5. Trying to get some volume here in my headset. I'm not hearing anything. Give me one moment. We're getting ready to call the drivers off the track. Again, welcome to Friday Night Lights. As always, we are racing for awareness of veterans' issues. 22 veterans a day take their own lives, which is 22 too many. You'll see us play promo videos throughout the night. If you're a veteran out there, you know a veteran, reach out, let them know that you care about them. We are getting ready. As soon as I set this up, there we go. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to A&J Landscaping 358 Modified Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. This is week number 5. We'll go over the rules here real quick. No interview, no photo after a podium finish. You will get an EOL for the following week. 2 cautions. If you bring out 2 cautions in a heat or in a feature race, you will be disqualified from that division for the night. Intentional contact will not be tolerated. Call-outs on Discord or sending drivers in the league messages will not be tolerated. If we find out about that, the messages are very derogatory. You will also get a vacation. Excessive blinking. First time you'll get a warning. Second time EOL. Third time you will be asked to park it for the night. That's about it. Don't forget, coming up next Friday, we are not running Friday Night Lights. We will be the Dirt Track Bank World Finals. So if you have not signed up for that, please go to C2CRL, look for World Finals, and get signed up for that. Friday Night Lights does get 3 provisionals. So the driver with the most points in the 358s, limited late models, and sprint cars will receive a provisional invite to the feature for the World Finals. That, of course, you must sign up. It's $10 for one division, or $25, I believe, for all 3. Again, it's going to be like we run our Friday Night Lights Dash for Cash in week 13. It's going to be accumulation. So if you're looking for that cash payout, I suggest that you sign up for all 3 divisions, because that's how it's going to be counted. Other than that, I have nothing else. We're getting ready to advance to qualifying. Put on a great show. I wish everyone the best of luck. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There was the drivers' meeting. For some reason, I have no volume in my headset tonight. I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe we'll try to reset it here. Yeah, my apologies. I still don't have any volume in my headset. Let's looks like according to my keyboard, you guys can hear the cars out there. If that's not the case, please send me a quick message. Following along with the 171. As we get settled in, Joseph Grandy in the 518 to the top of the board. Chris Cox now takes over the lead. Chris Cox puts down a 1928 in the 515. That's your reigning 358 modified champion, Chris Cox. Brinson Hunt just joining us in that, it says 15, should be a 44 car. He is third quick. Jesse Ingram in the 7 is just finishing up. We got quite a few cars still left on the track. The 213, Michael Vitale just finishing up. The 56 of Randy Shreves, currently 15th, 16th quick for Randy. Anthony Marjulio in the 238, the Mass Mafia driver. He's coming for his first time lap. Let's see how Anthony does coming off a turn number 4. Can anyone knock that 515 off of the podium? .238 times in at 5th quick for the Mass Mafia driver, Anthony Vitale Jr. We saw the 21 have a great run last week, 14th quick. Gavin Chatham in the 24 machine, 17th quick. Anthony Marjulio is going to try to improve on his 5th fastest time. 3rd quick for the 238, so gets it done on the 2nd lap. Gavin Chatham in the 24 machine, currently 17th quick. He's going to try to improve on that. We do have a good field tonight. Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car, up the 4th quick, driver out of Indiana. Grandma, as always, tuning in. Great to see the family tune in to watch their loved ones. Any better on the 2nd lap for the 11? No, sir. 4th quick for Jordan LaFawn. That looks like that will do it. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Chris Cox, Jordan LaFawn on the front row. Cale Smith, Jeff Barker in row number 2. Jeff Neron, Michael Vitale in 3. Randall Dixon and James Ingram round out your field of 8 drivers in heat number 1. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 1. Leader, going to stay 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up, half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Last I checked, everyone heading to the feature. So race hard, race clean, put on a great show. We're finally off the short track. And welcome to the home of the Sprint Car Hall of Fame, Knoxville. Good luck. That 515 car with your quick time for tonight. Driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, Chris Cox. He is your reigning 358 champion. So we'll see how Chris does tonight. He's got Jordan LaFawn to his outside. Heard from Jordan LaFawn. He's trying to advance into a pro driver. The 11 car didn't even own a sprint car during the week 13 dash for cash. And now he's running for the pro qualifier. So wish him the best of luck. Jeff Barker in the 513 Marine machine will roll off on the outside of row number 2. Jeff coming to us by Coast to Coast Racing League. I'd like to thank Jeff for his service to our country, as is the 213 of Michael Vitale, Air Force member. Michael, thank you for your service. Pace truck is off. Cars are coming off of turn number 4. We're getting ready to go green. 8 laps to get it done. Green flag is out. We are underway. Jordan LaFawn on that high side, taking a peek. 515 car down low. Good run off the top of turn 2 by the 11 car of LaFawn. Those two are going to stay side by side. Watch that 515 of Cale Smith as he's trying to duck in underneath the 11 car. Jeff Barker able to hold on to P4. Looks like the preferred line is that bottom line as the 11 car tries to get his way down there. Michael Vitale in the 213 battling it out with Jeff Neron in that 27. Like to thank both those drivers for the Got Your Six Racing Network logo on board. Greatly appreciated, fellas. Randall Dixon currently running in P7 in the 111. Gets into the side of the 213. Vitale's able to hold on to it. James Ingram in the back of the field in the 40 machine up front, working lap 4 of 8. It is the 515 of Chris Cox. We are nose to tail. Cale Smith, the CTM driver, is able to move up to P2. Jordan LaFawn falls back 1. He's in P3, followed by Jeffrey Barker. This is his first night with the Friday Night Lights Racing League, again coming to us by way of Coast to Coast Racing League. If you're out there and you're in the market for a great racing league, check out Coast to Coast Racing League, c2crl.com. We are not an official member of Coast to Coast Racing League, but they do support us, and we are part of the Dirt Alliance, the two leagues. So it's where my race team races, very well run. So check them out, c2crl.com. Chris Cox up front on lap 6 of 8. Cale Smith in tow. We'll go on board with Cale Smith and see what it looks like from inside of the car. As he tries to pull up to the 515, you can see Chris Cox staying down low. Good run by the 515. We'll take a look back at third place. Jordan LaFawn, he's all over the back of that 115 car. Top 4 giving it a good run. That's Cox, LaFawn, Baker, Cox, Smith, LaFawn, Baker. Something happened to Cale Smith, so that is the finish. Cox, Smith, LaFawn, Baker are your top 4. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Joseph Grandy, Michael Carter on the front row. Donald Ingram, Grant Wesley in row number 2. Jake Henry, Samuel Bachman in row number 3. Randy Shreves and Carson Nicholson round out your field of 8 drivers in heat number 2. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 2. Leader needs you 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up, half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard or race clean. Good luck. So Joseph Grandy has really come on as of late in that 518 machine. Michael Carter is your points leader in the 15 car on his outside. I'm not real sure what's going on with my SDK, but he is not the 17 car. He is the 15 car. Grant Wesley is your current points leader. Let me see if I can pull up the points real quick. So excuse me momentarily. If you want to see our point standing, it is posted on Coast to Coast Racing Network, c2crl.com. We will take a quick look here as they are still pacing. See what we got here. Michael Carter just passed Grant Wesley last week, so it's Carter, Wesley, Vitale, Grandy, Morano are your top 5. Joseph Grandy looking for the green flag coming out of turn number 4. Michael Carter on the outside gets a decent run. Carter and Grandy side by side. Wesley in second point in the points will follow the points leader. That's the 15 car of Michael Carter. So the 88 and the 15, first and second in the points. Grandy is currently 4th. So you have 3 of the top 4 in points in 358 modifieds at the front of the field. Donald Ingram in the 10 car, driver out of Georgia. He is no stranger to victory lane, as he has won here at Friday Night Lights. First car on the outside looking in is the James Bond Samuel Bachman in the 007 machine. Jake Henry in the 171, currently in P6. 71 of Carson Nicholson with the Got Your 6 Racing Network on board. My teammate, Dirt Track Bank driver, in the 711 car. And Randy Shreves currently in the back of the field as Carson Nicholson's trying to navigate under the 171. Up front, this is a tight heat. You got, Wesley's going to throw it in, try to get underneath the 518. They are side by side at the exit on lap 4 of 8, now 5 of 8. Those two are going to take it side by side for P2 and battle it out. They end up going nose to tail. Donald Ingram now in the 10 car. He may have enough to get underneath the 88 car. We're on board with Donald Ingram in that 10 machine as he gets underneath the 88. You can see the 88 go by on the high side. Michael Carter up front, pulling away from the field just a little bit. There is the spread behind Donald Ingram, currently in the 4th position. I'd like to thank the 171 car for the Got Your 6 Racing Network on the front bumper. Thank you for the exposure, Jake. Up front, Michael Carter leading the way. We are working lap 7 of 8, coming off of turn number 4. Grandy in P2, Wesley in P3. Donald Ingram is in the 4th and final transfer position, although everybody will go to the feature. They are battling it out for P5, 6, 7. Coming off of turn 4, Michael Carter will bring home the heat win, followed by Grandy, Wesley, and Ingram. Those are your top 4. Jake Henry in the 171 will round out your top 5. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. Anthony Marjulio, Brenson Hunt on the front row. Jesse Ingram, Billy Roberts in row number 2. Michael Vitalik Jr., Gavin Chatham in row number 3. Malachi Smith rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, leader, welcome to heat number 3. Need you to stay 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody headed to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Brenson Hunt in that 44 machine. I know your screen says 15. I don't know what's going on with the SDK numbers tonight. However, Brenson Hunt on the outside. This is his first night this season. He just signed up just about an hour ago. So Anthony Marjulio in the 238, the Mass Mafia driver, is a prior sprint car Friday Night Light champion. Jesse Ingram, Billy Roberts in the 99. As always, Mr. Roberts, Gears Unlimited, thank you very much for your support of not only Friday Night Lights, but you'll see a ton of drivers out here. Billy Roberts, thank you. None of this is possible without donors like yourself. It means the world to us, so thank you, sir. Up front, 238, he's got that 7 car of Jesse Ingram. The Ingram brothers, you'll see Jesse and Donald. Those are the sons of James. James Ingram in that 40 car. Pace truck is off. It is the 238 coming off of turn 4. 44 trying to get a little head start here. Green flag is out. We are underway. 44 car up high. You can see that track starting to wear. Great run on the top side by Brenson Hunt. Anthony Marjulio, Anthony Vitalik Jr. is in P3. Jesse Ingram in P4. Billy Roberts slides up into the 7 car. As does the 13. They make contact. That's Malachi Smith in the 13, the Venom Racing driver. Up front, Brenson Hunt now under attack from Anthony Marjulio with the 238. Mass Mafia driver keeping it down low, as is Anthony Vitale Jr. 44 car of Hunt getting a great run off that top side. We'll go on board with the front right suspension of that 238 of Marjulio. You can see him in there working the steering wheel. Marjulio, Hunt now. We don't see Hunt. There he is, still on that outside. He's running right above the slick. As Marjulio and Vitale Jr. work the bottom. Billy Roberts in P4. The 99 car is running above the slick. He's running kind of a slider line, sliding through the slick. Gavin Chatham in the 24 car, currently in P5. On lap 5 of 8, 7 car. The Widow Wax car has not been able to recover from that early contact with the 99 of Billy Roberts. 13 car of Malachi Smith currently bringing up the rear of the field in P7. Brenson Hunt, my apologies, is able to get down to that bottom side. He falls in line behind that 21 car. We saw Anthony Vitale Jr. Put on a great show on that bottom side last week. So we will go on board and see what it looks like. This is your second place driver on lap 7 of 8. Gets up on that inside berm. Upsets the car just a little bit, but not enough to make a difference. Anthony Marjulio leading heat number 3, 1 to go. Marjulio, Vitale Jr., Hunt, Chatham. Now Chatham is going to battle it out with the 99 of Billy Roberts. Looks like Chatham's going to get it done on the bottom side. 24 cars going to make the pass. Marjulio, Vitale Jr., Hunt, Chatham are your top 4. 3 minutes of warm-up. We have 3 minutes of warm-up, ladies and gentlemen, so we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Feature to the grid, please. Chris Cox, Michael Carter on the front row. Anthony Marjulio, Kel Smith in row 2. Grandy Vitale Jr. in 3. LaFawn Wesley in row number 4. Hunt and Barker in row number 5. Ingram Chatham in 6. Neron Henry in 7. Roberts Vitale in 8. Bachman Ingram in 9. Dixon Shreves in 10. Smith Ingram in 11. And Carson Nicholson will round out your field of 23 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to the feature. You got 25 laps to get it done. Leader needs you 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, just like your heat race. Everyone else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up, half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Again, you have 25 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show. Good luck. .515 of Chris Cox will start on the pole. Michael Carter has been on a tear, so this is a great heat race. You got the CTM drivers on the outside of road number 1 and 2. Chris Cox is the defending champion on the pole with Anthony Marjulio, who is a champion in the sprint car division. Joseph Grandy is coming to us by C2C. 25 laps, coming off of turn number 4, looking for the green flag. We are underway. Chris Cox is going to stay down low. You can see the track is about wore out. The 15 car goes up and finds some grip. On that high side, Michael Carter running just above the slick. Chris Cox is kind of in the middle. He's trying to get to that outside line. Will the 115 let him in? No, sir. Kel Smith is trying to keep the 515 down low. Chris Cox presses the issue. We have a few cars sideways. Doesn't look like anybody made any contact. Caution does come out. Joseph Grandy, it looks like, involved. Let's take a look. That's the 518, the bright blue and yellow car as he comes down on Brenson Hunt. That will send the 515 around. And the 171 gets involved. He's into the outside wall. So bad lap for Joseph Grandy in that 518. All kinds of carnage back there. Gets into the infield. Replays brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank tonight. Like to thank them for all the support that they give to Friday Night Lights and the Dirt Track Bank Dash for Cash. It will be Michael Carter at the front of the field once all the dust settles. Got Chris Cox to his outside, so those two swap positions at the start. Kel Smith is in P3. Lights are still on the pace truck. We are working lap 3 of 25. Don't forget, coming up next, we got limited late models, followed by the 305 sprint cars. Cars have lined up. Pace truck should exit next time by. Michael Carter will take us to the green flag in the 358 modified. He's your current leader in the points. Great start by the 15 machine. Cale Smith, his teammate in the CTM, is going to try a slide job. Can't quite clear the 515. It is a tight battle up front. Marjulio is up there. LaFawn gets into the... not sure who that was. Let's take a look as we go back through the field. We will follow the 11 car. That's Jordan LaFawn, the driver out of Indiana. Back it up a little bit there. Looks like 21 left him no room on that inside. Tries to stuff it in there, gets into the outside berm. They come off 3 wide. The 2 make contact. Yeah, and the 11 gets into the back of the 21 machine there, going into turn number 2, I believe. EOL for the 11 machine. Up front, your points leader, the 15 car of Michael Carter leading the way. We don't see Morano in the field, so he must not be with us tonight. Taking the night off. Carter, Cox, Smith, Marjulio, Wesley, your top 5. Lights are off on the pace truck. We will double it up one more time. We will go single file after this. And Michael Carter will take us to the green flag. Coming off at turn number 4, pace truck has cleared. Teammates on that bottom side, Michael Carter and Cale Smith. Cale Smith has finished second to his teammate the last few weeks. The 515 of Chris Cox. He's going to take it 3 wide. Wesley on the bottom side. They are able to make it through. Cale Smith able to hold on to P3. Now Wesley with the 44 car. That's Brinson Hunt on the bottom side. The 238 of Anthony Marjulio moves up to P4. A great battle up front. Brinson Hunt stuck on that bottom side as he's trying to battle these cars on the top side. You can see the track just about slicked off on that bottom side. Just notice the 513 of Jeffrey Barker currently running in P9. The 513 and myself, we run that bottom side quite often. Jordan LaFawn involved in another crash here. Let's take a look. As he was trying to get caught back up to the field in the 11 car. The 007 gets sideways and gets takes out the 11 car. So the 11 car with some handling issues there after that incident. Hopefully Jordan LaFawn can make it back to the pits. It looks like he will on 2 tires here. Michael Carter still at the front of the field. I have no idea how Jordan LaFawn is driving that thing, but he is. The 11 car driver out of Indiana. Wish him best of luck in his on his journey for pro sprint car license. We'll be tuning in to watch that journey. We also have another native Indiana driver. That's the 88 car of Grant Wesley out of the Evansville, Indiana area. My wife was raised in Mount Vernon, Indiana, which isn't too far away. Went to high school in Evansville, actually. The 88 car is second in the points, currently running 5th on the track. Michael Carter is your points leader. He's at the point. Got his teammate to his outside. This should be the last side-by-side restart. We are working lap 6 of 25, so we do have a ways to go. Lights are off on the pace truck. It will be the 15 car. I think we did get the single file this time, so we will be single file restarts from here on out. 15 car, Michael Carter coming off of turn number 4. On the loud pedal, we're back under racing conditions. His teammate, Cale Smith, in P2. Chris Cox putting all kinds of pressure on that 115 machine. So the 515 battling it out with the 115 as Anthony Marjulio's trying to stick the 238 into the battle. 515 washes up a little bit high. We're going to go 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. Grant Wesley working the extreme outside, 3 wide in the middle of the corner. Great work by the drivers up front, running 3 wide right through the corner. Michael Carter getting away from the field a little bit. Cale Smith in P2, Chris Cox in 3. Anthony Marjulio continues to run that bottom side. He's getting underneath Grant Wesley in the 88 machine, and the 44 of Brenton Hunt is battling it for P6. This is his first race with Friday Night Lights. Gavin Chatham, you saw him dive into the picture in that 24 car. As this track wears, we're about to get multiple lanes of racing as Anthony Marjulio in the 238 is showing you that bottom can work as he runs side by side with 4th place, the 88 car of Grant Wesley. Michael Carter and his teammate Cale Smith, 2 of the CTM drivers, working that outside, as is Chris Cox and the 88 of Grant Wesley. So those drivers prefer the top. Anthony Marjulio, now he pulls up. Marjulio will go to the top. He's able to pull in front of that 44 machine of Brenton Hunt. Billy Roberts moves up 8 positions from his start. He's up to P7. He's battling out with Gavin Chatham. Randy Shreves is the biggest mover of the heat so far. No, he's not. Carson Nicholson in that 7-Eleven is up 11 positions from the start. He's currently running in P12. We are nose to tail as we go through the field. First car down low, looks like Gavin Chatham. He's still going to give the bottom a go. Michael Carter up front with his teammate Cale Smith to his rear bumper. Chris Cox, he's losing a little bit of contact with those front 2. Grant Wesley in line in P4. Anthony Marjulio in the 238 has moved up high. Brenton Hunt is up high. Billy Roberts in the 99 is up high. Gavin Chatham is about the only car. I see the 7-1 of Carson Nicholson also running the bottom side. Carson Nicholson in the 7-1-1. Slide job coming. Battling it out with the 513 of Jeff Barker. Barker's going to dive down low. Do we have a slide job coming from the 513 Marine machine? Gets up on that berm. Upsets the car just a little bit. Nicholson able to hold on to the position. Gavin Chatham in the 24 continues to work that bottom side on lap 16 of 25. He falls in line behind the 99 of Billy Roberts, who's running a slider line. Now Brenton Hunt is going to look underneath the 238, falls back in line on that outside. Your top 5 running the outside. How hard will Cale Smith? He is a CTM driver. That's teammates at the front of the field as the 88 of Grant Wesley. He's the first one to dive out of line of your top 3. He wants that P2 as he's running right up against the fence here at Knoxville. It's the long way around, but apparently it is the quick way around tonight. Cale Smith giving it a valiant effort. Will go on board. Slide job coming once again. Let's go on board with Cale Smith as he's following his teammate in the 115. That is the leader in front of you. They're working that high side, getting up on the berm. Grant Wesley in the P3 as he sends it down low. Slide job coming. Can't make the pass. Great job by the top three as they battle it out. Chris Cox now falling off the pace a little bit. We are working lap 20 of 25. Marjulio working the bottom side, trying to see if he can find something down there. Chris Cox is the first driver on the outside looking in at a podium in that 515 machine. They're getting after it in front of them. 88 car into the outside wall. Pulls up to the rear bumper of that 115. Chris Cox in the 515 sitting back in P4. Waiting to see how this plays out up front. They make contact. Everyone drives away. You got your top three under a blanket. Wesley trying to look for a way to get around the teammates of Cale Smith and Michael Carter. There's just no room. Those two stay nose to tail above him. There is no position to slide into there. Anthony Marjulio continues to run the bottom side. Now Brenson Hunt moved down to the bottom side. He's currently running in P6 up front. Michael Carter on lap 23 of 25. Every lap, the slider the 88 car throws just gets a little closer and a little closer. We will see how it plays out here within the next few laps. Michael Carter, Cale Smith, Grant Wesley. Let's go on board with the Evansville driver. 115 goes down low. He's trying to block that position. He might have put himself. You can see Wesley inside the cockpit. Teammates up front, the 115 has finished P2 behind Michael Carter the last few weeks. He goes downstairs. He's going to try to make something happen. The 88 car, Wesley, staying up high. They're going to try to trap the 115 with one to go at the line. Carter, Smith, Wesley. What a battle to the finish. Top three, start finish line, please. Top three, start finish line. What a battle. Cale Smith in the 115 tried to get by his teammate. And it was nose to nose at the line. Great way to kick off the night. CTM drivers finishing 1-2. Grant Wesley also in the mix. What a great show in the 358 A&J Landscaping 358 Modifieds put on. We will get a word with your top three. That'll work, fellas. Don't forget to go up for your interviews. We will get a word with your top three here momentarily. What a great battle to the end. See if we can find that 88 car here. Momentarily, he is up in the booth. Let's see if we can get a word. The 88 car of Grant Wesley moves up 5 from his start. Grant, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I can't hear you, but it looks like you're coming through fine on the broadcast. Great run from you, man. You gave it everything you got. You dove that down low late, trying to get underneath those teammates above you. Almost made it work. Walk us through your night and how that played out.
I kind of messed up in qualifying. It didn't get quite the run I wanted in qualifying, and feud in the middle of the field, and had kind of a crappy heat race. I mean, not too bad. I got third, so I think I started like 7th or something. The track was slicking off. The track was pretty good to start the feature. I could run the top. I could run through the middle. The slider line came in. It was a great track tonight. This is starting to become a thing with me, Mike, and Cale here towards the end up front. They're a lot of fun to race with, but yeah, they are definitely tough to get around. They work very well together.
Yeah, man. So if I could, the top three, as you've said, you guys have been battling it out, man. What a joy to watch for the fans out there. You guys put on a well of a show. You guys went 3 wide at one point early. Man, another great run. Couldn't quite get by the CTM boys when Kale went down low and you stayed up high. I thought that was it, man. I thought that was your key to victory, but he was able to hold on, man. Another great podium finisher for the driver out of Evansville, Indiana. Who do you want to thank for your drive to the podium?
I'd like to thank all your supporters here, Friday Night Lights. Such a great place to race. As always, thanks Joe for putting on the awesome broadcast. Great field of guys. I'd like to thank my friends and family for watching, my teammates at AR, and my girlfriend Brittany.
Yeah, man, I'd like to thank your fans for watching more. So great run by you. We're going to see you in the limited late models.
No, I'm just doing the 358s.
One and done.
One and done, unfortunately.
All right, man. No worries. Don't forget, coming up the Dash for Cash at the end of the year, you're going to have to run 358s limited late models and 305s for that $500 payout. So just saying, I'm not telling you have to run. I'm just saying, man. Great run by the 88, and I wish you a great weekend.
10-4, man.
Cale Smith comes up one position short once again. Cale, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, got you, Joe.
Man, I thought this was it, bro. I thought this was it. You dove down low. I thought you were going to clear the 15. Well, first, when you dove down low, I thought the 88 was going to get by you, but you found something down low, and I thought you were going to get by your teammate there, man. Walk us through that. That was exciting at the end.
Yeah, man, that was super exciting towards the end there. The whole race, I was kind of trying to file in behind Michael there, and I was hoping we could check out, and then him and I could battle it out towards the end. But of course, Grant, man, he's so quick in these, and he had to make it a little bit harder on me. But I'd noticed the lap times were starting to fall off a little bit towards the end there, and I thought, well, only way I'm gonna get him around him anyways on the bottom. I figured I'd try it, and it was there, but I'm starting to feel like the only way I'm gonna beat Michael is if he gets in a wreck or something. But that was super fun tonight. Congratulations to him and Grant, man, he's quick.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it was fun to watch, and I don't think he has to wreck, man. I think it's coming. You decided to go down low at the right time. Actually, we're watching a replay right now where the three of you were 3 wide going into a corner, man. You guys put on a heck of a show. Another podium for CTM. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
Just the guys at CTM, my teammates. Congratulations, Michael Carter. Travis should be in the next race here. Sim Coaches, ALOGS Projects, Redline Race Designs. You, Joe, at Gears Unlimited with everything. Got Your Six Racing Network. Man, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, man, greatly appreciated. We're going to see you in the limited late models.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Right on, man. Great luck. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, man. Michael Carter in the 15 comes in as your points leader. He's able to add to that points lead by a little bit. Mike, this is Joe. You got me?
Sir.
That was I say it every week, man. That was about as exciting as it gets. It looks like your teammate there is starting to figure out your driving style a little bit. He decided when to dive down low. He almost cleared the 15 car. Couldn't quite seal the deal. I'm telling you, my brother, it's coming. That 115 is going to go to the front soon. And this is just great to watch, man. You top 3, actually the whole field, put on a great show, but man, you guys up front worked absolutely amazing. Walk me through your night, man. You moved up 1, started outside pole. Walk us through it.
Yeah, man. It was a good night again. Kale was giving me a run for my money for sure. He's getting better and better each week. But qualified a little bad there. Didn't practice as much today. Had some things going on, and but got to start outside pole there in the heat and get the win and put us outside pole, which where we need to be on this kind of track. And we took off there and cleared Chris, and we had a couple cautions there, and me and Cal was just clicking laps off, and then he started running me down, and he was getting closer and closer. I was like, oh Lord, here we go. And then I seen Grant coming, and yeah, It's tough up there, man. I mean, them guys are really good too, and it's one little mishap, and they're going around you for
Yeah,
sure.
man. We actually talked about way back in the day when it was Icon Sim Sports Friday Night Lights. We have come a long way. You guys put on a heck of a show. We just showed a replay of you, Smith, and Wesley, 3 wide in the corner. All 3 of you, man. It was absolutely amazing. I love the things we got going on here. Great victory by that 15 car. I'm telling you, Cale Smith is coming. He's coming to the front. And don't look back, because Wesley's right there too, man. And that's what creates a great league, my brother. Thank you guys so much, NCTM, for being a part of this. What fun is this, man? Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having us. I gotta thank Randy Carter Painting, CTM Motorsports, Cale Smith, Travis Anderson, Redline Race Designs, GY6RN, Friday Night Lights, you Joe, Top Tier Race Control, all the fans out there, Dirt Track Bank, everybody's a part of this. Really appreciate it, and week in and week out, we enjoy coming here, and thank you guys.
Yeah, man. We're going to see limited late models?
Absolutely, I'll be there.
All right, man. Practice is open. Great run.
All right, thank you.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There are the 358 modifieds. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will be set up for the limited late model division. So we will be right back.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with 1 combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle, because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool, we do some confined water skills, we'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore, it's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. There's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. I mean, we've seen 4 eagle rays at once. I mean, just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, from being, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I've gone snorkeling a few times, or I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
Welcome back. We are about to go to limited late models. We're going to call the drivers off the track here momentarily. Looks like we got a good field. Hopefully it is a continuation of the show that we actually had in the 358 modifieds. We'll take a quick look at the points as the cars are still out on the track. Michael Carter at the top of the board, followed by the reigning champion. That's the 515 of Chris Cox. Travis Anderson is in P3, followed by Kemper and Randy Shreves. Those are your top 3 in the limited late model division. We did have some late drivers join Friday Night Lights. I'd like to thank those folks for coming on board. We will call them here off the track momentarily and get the show underway. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. Watching Malachi Smith battle it out with Jeff Neron in that 27 machine. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, gentlemen, welcome to the limited late model division of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. The 358 Modifieds put on a heck of a show, so we're looking for more of the same. Again, we'll go over the general rules real quick. No interview, no photo after a podium finish. EOL the following week. 2 cautions in any race, that be a heat or a feature. You will be asked to park it for the night. Call-outs on Discord or on the race comm or anywhere. Do not call out your fellow driver. If we find out about it, you'll probably get a vacation. If you have something to talk about, please do it in a proper manner. Excessive blinking, first time EOL, second time, or first time is a warning, second time EOL, third time you'll be asked to park it for the night. Other than that, don't forget we have the Dirt Track Bank World Finals coming up next week. So we will not have a Friday Night Lights race. That will be the World Finals that night. We will be broadcasting right as we are tonight. If you haven't signed up, please do so. You can do that at c2crl.com. It is $10 for one division or $25 for three divisions. It is a guaranteed $1,500 payout. So please get your applications in. $10 for one division, $15 for three. They run it the same way that we do our Dash for Cash. Got $25 to get you all three divisions. So it's going to be accumulation of points in the end. So my suggestion is sign up for all three divisions. We do have 3 provisionals for Friday Night Lights. If you are the highest points driver that has not qualified into the World Finals any other way, you will get a free ticket to the feature for that $1,500 payout. So yeah, check it out. It's on c2crl.com. Other than that, we are getting ready to advance to qualifying. I wish you all the best of luck on this week 5 here at Knoxville. Here we go. So there you have it. We have advanced to qualifying. We're about 2 minutes early. We got 19 cars in the field. So we're getting ready to go racing. We're a little bit early. Hopefully, if anybody out there has missed the start, you will able to jump in and catch the end of qualifying here. We will follow the first car. Again, welcome to Week 5, Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. This is Got Your 6 Racing Network. As always, we are racing for awareness of veterans issues. Greatly appreciate all the support throughout the year. It's been absolutely amazing. Greatly appreciate everyone tuning in. Please, if you like what we got going on, please follow the page or give us a like. If you don't, please leave us some feedback on what we can do to make it better. That's probably more important than a follow or a like. We are with the 10 car. That's Donald Ingram out on track. Driver out of Georgia. Let's see how he times in. Coming off a corner number 4 towards the flag stand for his first timed lap. Now he's coming off of turn 4. My apologies. That was turn 2. Donald Ingram top of the board with a 19.079. His brother, Cale Smith, in the 115. Put the CTM driver on the ball. Michael Carter, his teammate, to the top of the board with an 18.874. Joseph Grandy out on track in the 518 machine. He's currently 8th quick. Jesse Ingram in the 7. He's 6th quick with a 19.108 as everyone is taking time. Zach Willingham is with us in the 47 car. Great looking wrap on that ride. He's coming off a turn number 2. We will get a time on Willingham as he comes off a 4. Where does Willingham fall in line? That's a 19.291, 14th quick. Jeff Naron in the 27 machine got Your 6 Racing Network symbol on the back of that car. So thank you so much, Jeff. Where's the 27 time in? 11th quick for the 27. Jeff Barker, the 513 Marine machine, just wrapping up P8. James Ingram out there. Gavin Chatham in the 24 machine out on track, currently 15th quick. Gavin will tell you he is not a late model driver, but does have a victory in Friday Night Lights. Travis Anderson just finishing up 10th quick. So it looks like Michael Carter at the top of the board in that 15. So CTM boys still showing their dominance. Anthony Marjulio in the 238, 15th quick. James Ingram still out on track in the 40th. 18th quick for James Ingram. It looks like Jordan LaFawn in that 11 car. Driver out of Indiana. Lost Jordan for some reason. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Cale Smith on the front row. Joseph Grandy, Chris Cox in row 2. Malachi Smith, Donald Ingram in 3. Jeff Kemper, Anthony Marjulio in 4. Zach Willingham, Jordan LaFawn in row number 5. All right, leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard. Race clean. Put on a great show. Be patient. Good luck. So, bad news from the field. We watched the 358 Modifieds, the CTM boys. They have their third partner in the race tonight. That's the 33 car. But Michael Carter and Cale Smith will roll off on the front row. That will be Michael Carter with your quick time for tonight. Joseph Grandy will roll off on the inside of row number. Michael Carter will roll off, or Joseph Grandy, my apologies, just got a message. Will roll off on the inside of row number 2. Heat races are 8 laps. Pace truck is off. It is Michael Carter looking for that green flag. Got 8 laps to get it done in the limited late model division. Michael Carter is your current points leader. Got his teammate to his outside. That's Cale Smith. He's going to be looking for the bottom. He clears the 518 of Joseph Grandy. Joseph Grandy coming to us by way of Coast to Coast Racing League. Grandy not giving up. He's going to try to dive underneath that 115 car. They're going to go side by side into turn number 1. It is Chris Cox, currently your reigning champion in the limited late models, holding down P4 with his teammate. That's Donald Ingram in the 10 car. In P number 5, Malachi Smith in the 13 car. Venom Racing driver. He's got Magnum Race Designs on board if you need any wraps done or logos. Brian has been a great friend of Friday Night Lights. That's Magnum Race Designs. If you need any work done, check them out. Malachi Smith up to P5. He's going to run it side by side with the 10 car of Donald Ingram. Up front, Michael Carter checking out on the field. Joseph Grandy in P2. The battle's going to be back here. Let's go on board with Cale Smith. Gets up on the berm, gets into the 515. They make contact twice. Chris Cox able to hold on to the 515. Cale Smith gives that position back as those two battle it out. That wads up the field. Jordan LaFawn in that 11 car got Jeffrey Kemper, the driver out of Oregon, to his outside. Jordan LaFawn tucks in behind Cale Smith in that 115 machine. Looks like not many are tempting that outside. Jordan LaFawn in P5. Let's go on board with Jordan LaFawn and see what it looks like from the cockpit. You can see the 115 and the 515 battling it out in front of the 11 car. Nowhere for the 11 to go currently. Patience is where this pays off. Contact with the 515. That is the 11 car into the outside wall. That will bring out your caution. We will take a look at what happened here. The 515 and the 115 battling it out in front of the 11 car. Looks like the 515 running a little bit higher. Track starting to get a little bit slick. Looks like the 515 gets into the 115. The 515 checks up. Nowhere for the 11 to go. Contact is made. So we will see how this plays out as Jordan LaFawn dives to that inside. Familiar face at the front of the field. That is your leader, Michael Carter, followed by Joseph Grandy. Grandy has been right on the edge of just dominating. He runs into bad luck, or has run into bad luck. He has been super quick and at the front of the field in that 518 car. Week in, week out, he's going to put it together, and that 518 is going to join the party at the front of the field. That is Joseph Grandy. So we will see how tonight plays out. Will tonight be the night? Cale Smith in P3. We will double it up for the restart. So we will go 2 wide. The first 2 restarts. After that, we do go single file. Pace truck is off, as is the 15 car. That's Michael Carter. Gets a great jump on the field. Joseph Grandy falling back into 518. Cale Smith, that is Michael Carter's teammate. He's on the inside of the 518. Trying to make that pass. Saw the 238 of Anthony Marjulio. Gets on that inside berm. He'll slide up in front of the 13 car. That's Malachi Smith. He will try to do a crossover on the 238. Malachi will stay down low in the 13. He'll slide up. Jeff, oh my goodness. The 13, the 238, and the 181 get into, I don't even know how to explain it. We'll have to go back and watch what happened. Those 3 were battling it out. Malachi Smith in the 13 dove down low trying to get underneath the 238. That was a crossover move. Malachi Smith hugging that inside. Gets just a little bit on that berm here. Not enough to upset the car. He slides out. Marjulio tries a crossover. Comes down on the 181. My apologies. Heat 2. Randy Shreves, Jason Hines on the front row. Brian Dickens and Jeff Barker in row 2. Anderson Neron in 3. Ingram Chatham in 4. James Ingram rounds out your field of 9 drivers. Having a little bit of technical difficulties here. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once we get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Randy Shreves in that 56 car. He's your reigning sprint car champion. Jason Hines, driver out of Canada, is on the outside of row number 2. My teammate, Brian Dickens, in the 122 dirt track bank car, will roll off on the inside of row number 2 with the 513. That is Jeff Barker in the 513 Marine Machine. I'd like to thank Jeff for his service to our country. As always, coming to us by way of Coast to Coast Racing League, Travis Anderson. That is the 3rd driver for CTM in the 033 machine. He will roll off on the inside of row number 3. Jesse Ingram has won a late model division race last season. Pace truck is off. It is Randy Shreves. That will bring us to the green flag. Coming off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. We are underway in heat number 2. 8 laps to get it done. Dickens on the rear tail of that 56 car as the 66 of Jason Hines. He's holding that outside. Randy Shreves tries to slide up. He leaves the bottom open to Dickens into 122. Brian Dickens is going to take advantage. Driver out of North Carolina. He's going to slide up. No, he's not. He's going to hug the bottom. Great grip. Travis Anderson moves up 2 in that 033 car. Move Travis Anderson up to P3. Jason Hines battling out with the 7 car. That's Jesse Ingram on the inside of the 66. You got Ingram down low, 66 up high. Jeff Barker trying to follow the 7 through. Up front, Brian Dickens setting the pace. Got Randy Shreves to his rear bumper. Travis Anderson in that 33 machine. That is the 3rd of the CTM drivers. Jesse Ingram trying to get underneath the 33. As Anderson is working right above the slick as the 7 car is trying that bottom side. Looks like the 2 lines are equal currently. 33 car could be setting up a late race run when that bottom burns off. Maybe he's working that outside to figure out how that's going to work. Brian Dickens now setting sail. Randy Shreves in P2. Jesse Ingram in P3. But don't look now. He's got Travis Anderson to his outside. 7 car is able to prevail. Looks like that bottom side is the place to be. Little bit of contact kills, or Travis Anderson checks up, as does Jason Hines. They make a little bit of contact. Jeff Barker in the 513 currently running in P6. Up front, Brian Dickens has a little bit of a challenge here from the 56 of Randy Shreves. Looks like the 122 moving to a bit of a slider line. Randy Shreves in the 56. He's going to slide up to the rear bumper. Coming off of turn number 4 for your final lap. Jesse Ingram in P3. Travis Anderson holding off all takers. Brian Dickens at the front of the field. Running right through the slick, sliding up to where the grip is at. Randy Shreves stays down low, coming to the line. Dickens, Shreves, Ingram, Anderson. That was about as close as it gets. Three minutes of warm-up. 3 minutes of warm-up, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time. 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far. I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. Happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, 2 words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Welcome back. We are just wrapping up warm-ups. It looks like Michael Carter is at the top of the board in warm-ups, followed by Chatham, Ingram, Brian Dickens, and Jordan LaFawn. Round out your top 5 quick drivers in warm-ups as we get ready to grid for the 25-lap feature. Feature to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Brian Dickens on the front row. Cale Smith, Randy Shreves in row 2. Joseph Grandy, Jesse Ingram in row number 3. Donald Ingram, Travis Anderson in 4. Zach Willingham, Jason Hines in 5. Jordan LaFawn, Jeff Barker in 6. Anthony Marjulio, Jeff Neron in 7. Jeff Kemper, Gavin Chatham in 8. Chris Cox, James Ingram in row number 9. Malachi Smith rounds out your field of 19 drivers. All right, leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself to the car in front of you. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. We got 25 laps to get this done. Race hard. Race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. We are waiting for, looks like Joseph Grandy to take the grid in that 518 machine. This should be a good battle up front. Did Grandy join us? All 19 drivers took to the field, I think. Nope, Joseph Grandy missed the call to grid, so it will be Michael Carter on the front row with Brian Dickens in the 122 to his outside. My teammate Brian Dickens and I, those of you out there that don't know, I am getting ready to go real racing in a dirt dwarf car. So Brian Dickens and I spent all afternoon. He comes from a long line of racing family, Toe In and Camber and Caster and all kinds of stuff that I did not understand. He is a racing guy down to the core. So my great friend Brian Dickens will roll off on the outside of row number 1. Michael Carter followed by his teammate. That's the 115 of Cale Smith. He tried to get it done underneath his teammate in that 15 car in the 358 modifieds. We will see how this plays out. And then Randy Shreves in the mix in that 56, your current 305 sprint car champion. You got brothers in row number 3. That's the 10 car of Donald Ingram and Jesse Ingram to his outside. I'd like to thank Donald Ingram for his service to our country. Yes, Michael Carter takes the green flag. Brian Dickens on the outside. Little bit of advantage for the 122. Driver out of North Carolina. Gonna try to get a great run. Those two will end up side by side, as is Cale Smith and Randy Shreves. The Ingram brothers are still side by side. We are 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 throughout the field. There's the 33 car of Travis Anderson, the third of the CTM boys. Jason Hines, Jordan LaFawn back there battling out. Looks like Neron got into that outside wall a little bit in the 27 car, but up front, Michael Carter takes the lead. His teammate, Cale Smith, follows him along. Brian Dickens must have got caught up in something. We're 3 wide. Yeah, that's tight. Jordan LaFawn on the bottom, trying to hold that 11 car down. He knocks the 7 straight. That has got to be our first caution. We'll follow along with Travis Anderson in the 33. You can see him 3 wide in front of him. The 11 car clears the 7. 7 car goes up high. Those two make contact. 66 gets into the back of the 33. We will see what the call is from race control. It is the 7 car that ends up getting sideways. You can see underneath that car there, the 33 of Anderson goes around. Up front, no stranger to the front of the field. That is Carter, Smith, Ingram, Shreves, Dickens are your top 5. Michael Carter is your current points leader in the limited late models. Chris Cox is in P2. I don't see. There's Chris Cox. He's back in 12th position in that 515. Travis Anderson, we just saw the 033 get involved in an incident. He is currently P3 in the points. Jeffrey Kemper, Randy Shreves round out your top 5. Michael Carter will take us to the green flag. The 15 car trying to repeat his drive to victory lane with his teammate. That's the 115 of Cale Smith to his outside. We just heard from those two drivers. Pace truck is off, as is the 15 car. Donald Ingram is going to try to go with the 15. Great jump by the 15. It is 2 by 2 behind him. 115 up high. He's going to try to get right above the slick. Great run off the top side of the corner for that 115 car as Donald Ingram in the 10. Now Brian Dickens sends it in down low. Randy Shreves up high. Jordan LaFawn is going to try to follow the 122 car through. Oh, 47 car makes contact. That is Zach Willingham. He makes contact. Looks like Cale Smith also had contact. So we're going to have to go back in and see what happened here. Looks like Willingham ran into an issue. That is in that bright colored 47. As he gets into the back of the 11 car, sends Jordan LaFawn around. That collects a couple cars down on that bottom side. Thought I saw up front, but nonetheless, we'll see how they line back up. Michael Carter and Cale Smith still at the front of the field, followed by Donald Ingram and Brian Dickens. Randy Shreves are your top 5. Michael Carter at the front of the field. His teammate Cale Smith in P2. We've seen this before. You can see the middle of the track about wore out, so it's going to be dry and slick in the middle. A little bit of tack up high and down low. Lights are off on the pace truck. We should get the one to go. We're working lap 5 of 25. Pace truck is off, as is the 15 of Michael Carter. Great start for the 15. Got his teammate behind him. That's the 115 of Cale Smith. Brian Dickens sends it down low. He's trying to get underneath the 10 car. Excuse me, on the bottom side. He will slide up in front of Randy Shreves. Now Shreves decides to go down low with the 122. You got Travis Anderson in the 33, currently running in P6. with the reigning champion. That's the 515 car of Chris Cox. Jeff Barker in the 513 Marine Machine moves up to P9 or P8. Anthony Marfulio, Mass Mafia driver, running the bottom side, is in P9. Michael Carter at the front of the field. Dickens decides to keep the 122 down low. He's going to battle it out with Cale Smith. Go on board the right front of the 122 of Brian Dickens as he battles it out with Cale Smith. Let's go on the left front. We'll see how close he's coming to that inside lane. Coming into 1 and 2, you can see him bounce off that inside berm. Dickens slides up. Will he clear? They switch positions. Now the 115 is down low. He's going to slide up. Dickens is going to cut it close. He splits the 10 and the 115. Put Dickens in P2. Cale Smith P3. Donald Ingram in the 10 car. He's in P4. Dickens making the bottom work. Cale Smith in battling it out with Randy Shreves. They're going to take it 3 wide. Chris Cox in the 515 car. Michael Carter loves to see this in his rearview mirror. Let's take a look at that separation there. This is a look back at the 122 of Brian Dickens as he is battling it out with Donald Ingram. The 10 car of Ingram now. Dickens moves up high. You can see the damage on the 115 car of Cale Smith. He's battling it out with Chris Cox in the 515. Cox running that bottom side. Brian Dickens, they make contact. I am not sure what happened. The 10 car makes contact with the 122, it looked. We will have to take a quick look. There are your top 4. Oh, the 115 gets into the back of the 10 car, it looked like. Let's take another look. Possibly a little bit of net code there. That sends the 10 around. That will bring the 122 to the rear bumper of Michael Carter on lap 13 of 25. Carter, Dickens, Cox, Shreves, Marfulio are your top 5. Biggest mover of the race, that's the 13 car, Venom Racing's Malachi Smith. He's up 13 from his start, currently running in P6. Great run by the 13 car. Just signed back up for got your Friday Night Lights not too long ago, just this evening in that 13 car, so putting on a great show. In the front of the field is the 13 car. Michael Carter. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're getting ready to go green one more time. Pace truck is off, as is Michael Carter. Brian Dickens trying to go with him. He's got your defending champion behind him. That's Chris Cox in the 515. Dickens is going to go up high. Chris Cox going to stay down low. Will Dickens get a run on the high side? Yes, he will. Chris Cox still trying the bottom side. Randy Shreves on the bottom. Malachi Smith on the bottom. Anthony Marfulio on the bottom. So we got a host of cars on that bottom side as Brian Dickens He makes it to the bottom side, battling it out with the 515 of Chris Cox. Those two are side by side. 515 can't keep the 122 down low. Brian Dickens falls in line on the outside behind the 515 as Randy Shreves is battling it out. The 13 of Malachi Smith moves his way into the top 5 in that 13. What a great run by Malachi Smith in the 13 Venom Racing driver. Looks like we had some contact in the back of the field. Looks like Jordan LaFawn may have been involved. We're 3 wide back here. LaFawn on the bottom, got the 513 down low. They go 3 wide in front of LaFawn. The 7 car of Ingram slides up, gets into the 033 car. That will send Travis Anderson into the outside wall. They collect Jordan LaFawn in that incident. So Jordan LaFawn, innocent bystander, gets caught up in a mess. 33 cars involved, as we saw. Michael Carter at the front of the field now. Chris Cox in P2. Carter, Cox, Dickens, Shreves, Smith. Malachi Smith up 14 positions from his start. 13 car getting it done tonight. Digging. Got Anthony Marjulio to his rear bumper in P6. Gavin Chatham in the 24 in P7. Jeff Barker in P8, followed by Jesse Ingram in the 7 car in P9, and Zach Willingham in that 47 car will round out your top 10. Working lap 16 of 25, getting ready to go green once again. Michael Carter at the front of the field. That's your points leader. He's got his reigning champion to his rear bumper. That's the 515 of Chris Cox. Pace truck is off. We are underway. Nose to tail, single file restart. Great start by the 515. Carter's going to keep it up high. Chris Cox is going to give that bottom the look. See if he can't make a pass. He will be able to slide up. Malachi Smith working his magic in the 13 car. He is slicing and dicing. He has now moved up to P4, up 15 from his start. Brian Dickens on the outside, leaving the bottom for the 13. Chris Cox, he's going to slide up. We'll go on board with Chris Cox momentarily as he battles it out with Michael Carter. That is your current points leader. We are on board with your reigning champion. Michael Carter decides to go down low. The 15 changes his line. He does not like what he sees behind him as those cars start to close in. Dickens makes contact with the 515. Malachi Smith is in position. Dickens stays up high this time by Malachi Smith up to P3. Dickens with a great run off the top side on lap 20 of 25. Chris Cox in P2. Michael Carter, he is kind of working a middle line. Chris Cox working the bottom, as is Malachi Smith. Randy Shreves now makes a pass on the 122. Dickens gets it back on exit. Michael Carter up front, followed by Chris Cox. Chris Cox running a slider line. He's hunting that rear bumper of the 15 car. Malachi Smith up 16 from his start. Chris Cox up 15. So those two have worked from the back all the way back to the front. Brian Dickens now is going to battle it out with the 13 car. It is Dickens down low, 13 car up high, not high, middle. He's not going to leave the 122 much room. You can see the rear spoiler on most of these cars with some damage. Randy Shreves takes it 3 wide. backs out of it. That is Michael Carter. Love seeing this in his rearview mirror. What he doesn't like to see, that's the 515, the Des Moines, Iowa driver of Chris Cox. Giving the 15 car all he wants. Malachi Smith in the 13 car is able to clear Brian Dickens, who is back 3 wide. That's Chatham, Shreves, and Dickens. That is 4P4. Working lap 24 of 25. Will Chris Cox have anything left in the tank? The 15 car goes down to block. Malachi Smith in the 13 car having a great run. Looks like Dickens had contact from the 238. We will not break away from the front action as the 515 running down low. It is Carter, Cox, Smith, your top 3. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. Another great race. We will get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interviews. We will get a word with your top 3 here as soon as they are done. We will start with the 13 car. That is Venom Racing's Malachi Smith. Waiting for those drivers to get up into the booth here. There's Chris Carter, or Chris Cox. My apologies, Chris. And we're waiting on Malachi Smith to make his way to the booth. What a great run by the limited late models. Another great battle by all drivers involved. There is Malachi Smith in the 13 car. We will get a word with the Venom Racing driver. He moves up 16 from his start. Was not even signed up for Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights until this evening. Malachi, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. You got me?
Man, that was fun. Walk us through your night.
I kind of got into some bad luck during my heat race. Someone got in the back of me. I don't know who it was. Flipped me over on my side. Obviously, I didn't qualify good because I started in the back of my heat as well. But just throughout the feature, I just kind of got in a groove, and the track was really good for me, at least on the bottom. And so I just was running smooth laps and managed to kind of pick some guys off along the way. Had a couple incidents in front of me that helped me out for sure. But you said 16. I didn't even know how many. I finished third and was so happy about it because I know I started way in the back. So I'll take that for sure.
Yeah, man. So I can't really hear. I'm having microphone issues. I can't hear what you're saying, but it looks like it is going through to the crowd, man. A great run by that 13 machine, man. Welcome to the show. You put it on the podium. Who would you like to thank for your podium finish?
Want to thank all my buddies back at Venom. They push me every week to be a better driver. So I can't do this without them. Magnum Race Designs for an awesome wrap I've got on the car. Downrange Trucking by Kevin Davis, Downrange Transport, I about messed that up, by Kevin, one of my teammates back at Venom. And then Got Your Six Racing Network. Love what you guys do here and really appreciate you guys putting on a great show.
Yeah, man, great run. Hope to see you in the 305 sprint cars. If not, what a great night, and I wish you a great weekend.
I appreciate it. You too, buddy.
Chris Cox battles the 515 up 15 position. So him and Malachi Smith coming from the back of the field. Chris, great run by the 515 once again tonight. I can't hear you, but according to my soundboard, the audience can hear you, man. So I'm watching the green line to know when you're talking and when you're not. Walk us through your night.
Well, I guess I took the back row challenge somehow. Heat race didn't go as planned. Just happy I got up here and made a podium. Otherwise, it was just really weird track. Everybody thought it was going to be the top. Everybody in most of the field thought it was going to be the top, and I just went to the bottom and started past people, I guess.
Yeah, man, another great run for the 5-15. Who would you like to thank for your drive to a podium finish?
I'd like to thank MJC Desktop Fabrications. I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank the Ingram family. You for putting this on. You for streaming it. I'm gonna thank me later when I help you figure out how your sound is messed up. Sponsors, all the sponsors that go into this league. Yep, with everybody.
Another great run, man. Hopefully we see you in the 305 sprint cars.
Yep. Hope you're having fun over there, just making motor noises in your Dorf car. I know that's what you're doing.
The 5:15 of Michael Carter starts from the pole, ends on the podium here. Michael, another great run. Again, I guess my headset is giving up. They can't hear me on race comms, my brother, but another great run, another great battle behind you. Walk us through your night, how you got it done.
Yeah, qualified quick time there and got the heat race win. Like I said, that track was late afternoon, so it was a little more tackier. And I was surprised there on the start because I figured I had to be battling Dickens there early in the race, but the car stuck on the bottom there at first lap, and we got out front and just kept the pace and did what we could do. Chris throwing some sliders there, and he was getting some good runs, so I had to block it there at the end. I'd go down to the bottom, and I've lost a race there before like that, and I was like, nah, if I'm gonna get beat, he's gonna get a run off the high side and get around me. So it worked out. Pretty good race. I was happy. Good run to him, and good run to the guy in third, Malaki, I think that's his name. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's fun.
Yeah, man. So another victory for the 15 car, which puts you a little bit more of advantage there in the points lead. Who would you like to thank for your drive to victory lane?
Thank my dad, Randy Carter Painting, CTM Motorsports, Cale Smith, Travis Anderson, Red Line Race Designs, GY6RN, Friday Night Lights, you, Joe, Top Tier Race Control, Dirt Track Bank, all the fans watching, everybody's involved in this. Appreciate it. Love being here, and you put on a great show. Thank you.
All right, man. We'll see you in the 305s. Are you done for the night?
Probably going to be done, but I might slide in there. We'll see. You never know. If not, have a good weekend.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There are your limited late models. Another great race by all drivers involved. We will take a quick break. Maybe I'll see if I can find another headset. We will be right back with the nightcap of the 305 sprint cars.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen, and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military, what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end, or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back. And every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose, and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage, and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league, engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people, service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race weekend, throughout their recovery and beyond, through our recovery programs, or as a member of the 22 pit crew. No matter the background or story, Operation Motorsport is always there to listen, provide a safe and comfortable space, and a trusted circle of confidence that is open and honest about what difficulties may lie ahead for those transitioning out of a military career. Operation Motorsport believes in the power of team, identity, and purpose. Soldiers, sailors, airmen, and women.
Mission 22 was founded on the timeless principle that America's warriors are equally valuable overseas as they are within our borders. We are unwaveringly committed to the journey back home and understand the barriers our heroes face when making the often arduous and taken for granted transition home. Trauma is an opportunity. While bleeding, hidden pains of the past can never be removed. We can transform them into something brand new and beautiful. We can grow through trauma to become our community's cornerstone, the safest neighbor on the block, the strongest leader in the office, the most caring volunteer at the elementary school. The Recovery and Resiliency Program is a year-long, and it uses everything from cutting-edge biometric tools to science-backed supplements. This is a catalyst to take the deep scars suffered for our nation's sake and turn them into opportunities to direct our God-given purpose and energies as protectors toward a refreshed and meaningful life. By committing to this year-long program, you will be happier, stronger, and wiser. Your PTS and/or TBI may not leave you, but you will be more comfortable in your own skin, and your suffering will begin to have meaning. Our goal is to give warriors one thing, the truth. Let's take responsibility for our healing.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. We are back with the 305 Sprint cars. Did a little bit of headset maintenance here. I couldn't hear cars throughout the night, and I couldn't hear the folks in Discord. Now I can hear the cars. We'll see how Discord goes we will see here momentarily. We're getting ready to call the drivers off the track for a drivers meeting. Once we do that, we will get the nightcap under the way. Drivers can't hear me. I think my headset is about to go in the trash here. Let's call the drivers off the track, see if they can hear me. All drivers, clear the track, please. All drivers, clear the track. At least some of them can hear us. You can see them exiting the track. All right, drivers, welcome to Week 5, 305 Sprint Cars here at Knoxville Speedway. 305 Sprint Cars brought to you by Ravens Graphics. We'll go over the rules real quick. No interview or photo. After a podium finish, you will get an EOL next week. If you bring out 2 cautions in a heat or the feature, you will be DQ'd from the division for the night. Call-outs on Discord or private message to other drivers in the league, you will receive a suspension. Excessive blinking, first time's a warning. Second time, you will get an EOL. Third time, you'll be asked to park it for the night. Other than that, don't forget we got the we won't be on the air. Well, we'll be on the air, but it won't be Friday Night Lights. We're going for the World Finals next week, brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank. If you haven't signed up, please do so on c2crl.com. $1,500 payout. It's going to be accumulation of 3 divisions. Those are the modifieds, the late models, and the 360 sprint cars. It's $10 for one division or $15 or $25 for all 3. They're going to run it the same way we do our Week 13 Dash for Cash. It's going to be accumulation of all 3 races. So highly suggest you sign up for all 3. Again, that web address is c2crl.com. Friday Night Lights has 3 provisionals. That driver that has signed up that did not qualify through the qualification process will receive a provisional start in the feature. That is one driver from the highest points in the 358 modifieds, limited late models, and 305 sprint cars. So please get signed up quickly as spots are running out. Other than that, I can now hear cars in my headset. I'm not sure how that will play out in our Discord, but we're going to see how this works. We're getting ready to qualify getting ready to advance to qualifying. I wish you all the best of luck. It's been a heck of a show so far tonight, so we're going to advance. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have advanced into the 305 sprint car qualifying. Looks like we only have 14 cars in the field tonight. I'd like to welcome aboard my great friend Andy Patton in the 87 car. He is, we just got him actually signed up here tonight, fellow Air Force member. So welcome aboard, Andy. Great to have you part of the show. Take a quick look at the points as the cars go out on track. Joseph Grandy is in P1, followed by Chris Cox. Randy Shreves, Jeff Kemper, and Jason Hines are your top 5 in the 305 sprint car division. We are following along with the 518 of Joseph Grandy, waiting for his first time lap. Looks like everybody is out on track. Chris Cox, top of the board with a 17.232. Jason Hines in P2. Donald Ingerman, the 10 car, catches that inside berm. Currently 5th quick, 17.527. Randy Shreves in the 56, coming to us by way of Coast to Coast Racing League. Takes his first lap. So he is on the clock as the 56 is going through turns 3 and 4. Great exit by the 56, making a run for the flag stand. 5th quick for Randy Shreves. Jeff Kemper, the driver out of Oregon, currently 8th quick in the 181. The aforementioned 87 car in the Air Force ride is 6th quick. That is Andy Patton. Gavin Chatham in the 24 car, currently 4th quick. Who can knock Chris Cox off of that quick time? Anthony Marjulio, he's a past sprint car champion here at Friday Night Lights in that 238 car, the Mass Mafia driver out of New Hampshire, getting ready to be a new father, just bought a new house. Can he put it on the pole? Seventh quick for Anthony Marjulio. Jordan LaFawn currently going for the pro qualifier in the 11 car. He ran last week his first race. 11 car driver out of Indiana, out on track. $13 quick for Jordan LaFawn with a 17.693. So it looks like Chris Cox has a firm hold on your quick time, followed by Joseph Grandy, Jason Hines, Anthony Marjulio. Jordan LaFawn is the last car. He moves up to 11th quick with a 17.535. We're getting ready to go heat racing here at Friday Night Lights. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Your quick time, Chris Cox on the pole in heat number 1 with Jason Hines to his outside. Gavin Chatham, Andy Patton in row number 2. Jeffrey Kemper, Jordan LaFawn in 3. Jesse Ingram rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 1. Leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. It has been an amazing show so far tonight. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Chris Cox in the 515. He has been a champion of every division in Friday Night Lights except for sprint cars. We had a chat not too long ago that his desire was to win all 3 divisions. He's currently sitting, let's see, where are the sprint cars? Second in the points to the 518 of Joseph Grandy. So we will see how tonight plays out as the pace truck brings the field around. Pace truck should exit this next time by. Again, a big shout out to the 87 car of Andy Patton. Sir, thank you for your service to our country. And Jesse Ingram in the field in the 7 car. So pace truck should exit here. Chris Cox going to bring us to the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. Chris Cox with a great run on that bottom side. He's going to bring the 24 of Gavin Chatham along with him. Chatham now Chris Hines pulls to the outside. Andy Patton rolls up to P4. He's going to roll underneath the 66 car. Looks like the bottom side is the place to be. That Air Force ride in the 87 looking pretty sporty here. That's Jason Hines and Jordan LaFawn in a close battle. Now Jason Hines battles back underneath the 87 car, as does Jordan LaFawn. They're going to go side by side. Up front, your pole sitter, Chris Cox, leading Gavin Chatham, followed by Hines. Jordan LaFawn, Andy Patton, Jeffrey Kemper now in the 181. Now Kemper's going to try to slide underneath the 87. They're going to go side by side here at Knoxville. Up front on lap 4 of 8 is Cox at the point. Chatham looking at that bottom side. They're going to be side by side at the exit of 4. Give the lead to the 24 car of Gavin Chatham. Chris Cox with a crossover. Can he make it stick? Chatham's going to give him room. Will we see the crossover once again? Chris Cox not going to leave the bottom open. Gavin Chatham and Chris Cox battling it out for the lead in heat number 1. Chris Hines following along into 66. He is on the outside looking in as Jordan LaFawn and Andy Patton now battle it out. 11 car down low. Patton trying to get on that bottom side, trying to get the 11 up a little bit higher as LaFawn makes contact with the 87. Andy Patton able to continue as LaFawn. He's going to give it a go on that bottom side one more time on lap 7 of 8. Let's look at the front. 1 to go. Gavin Chatham in the 24. He's hunting that tail tank of the 515. Gets a great run. The two make contact. 2 more corners to get it done. What will Chatham do? He gets on that inside berm. Looks like it will be Cox, Chatham, Hines, LaFawn, Patton are your top 5. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Joseph Grandy, Anthony Marjulio on the front row. Randy Shreves, Donald Ingerman, row 2. Brian Dickens, Zach Willingham in 3. Bill Calder rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 2. Leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Racing for your starting position in the feature as everyone is headed to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. So Joseph Grandy has to be the hard luck driver as he's run into a lot of problems in races, not necessarily his fault. He's got 2 wins in the sprint cars so far this season, so he's won about 50%, or exactly 50% of them so far, as the 518 will roll off on the pole. He's got the spring season champion to his outside. That's the 238 of Anthony Marjulio. Pace truck should exit this time by. And the pace truck is off. That will leave the field to the 518 of Joseph Grandy. Green flag is out. We are underway. Grandy on that bottom side with a great start. Randy Shreves trying to follow the 518 through. Anthony Marjulio is going to battle back on that outside in the 238. Shreves slides up just ever so slightly as Brian Dickens now. He's making a move on the inside of Donald Ingram. Dickens will take over P4. Marjulio in P3. Randy Shreves, Joseph Grandy is at the point. He's your current points leader. Shreves looks like he's running a bit of a slider line there. Yes, Joseph Grandy pulls away from the field. Brian Dickens, Donald Ingram, Zach Willingham, and Bill Calder. The 325 joining us for the first time. Those podium shots that come out on Saturday mornings, that is all compliments of Mr. Bill Calder, driver out of Canada. Bill, thank you for all your help at Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Up front, Joseph Grandy looking at Randy Shreves in that 56 machine. Let's take a look at the nose of the 56 as he pulls up on lap 5 of 8. Shreves pulling to the outside of Grandy. Can he get it done? Marjulio is falling off the pace just a little bit, as is Brian Dickens. Dickens running a cut down line, entering high, exiting low. Working lap 6 of 8. Shreves measuring up the 518 of Grandy here. Oh, Shreves almost gets into Grandy, has to hold it down low. Shreves will dive down low. We're coming to one to go. Grandy, Shreves, Marv Julio. Shreves peeking on the bottom, can't get underneath the 518. Grandy has two more corners to navigate. He'll start on the outside pole in the feature. 56 coming off low, can't get it done. Grandy, Shreves, Marv Julio, Dickens, Ingram are your top five. Three minutes of warm-up. 3 minutes of warm-up, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
The goal at any given race is, of course, to win. And CrowdStrike, AWS, and DXDT were fortunate to achieve championship-winning results in 2020. We're extremely proud to be partnering with Operation Motorsport through our racing initiatives. Their program seeks to place military veterans in various positions inside a real racing team. The experience aids in their retraining, recovery, and rehabilitation.
So my name is Chad Failing. I'm a staff sergeant retired out of the United States Army. I am with Kevin Boehm under DXDT. You're getting creative. You're getting taught to think outside of the box.
We couldn't be more proud to be affiliated with this great program. In the spirit of giving back to the community and creating meaningful opportunities, we are committed to building a diverse motorsports platform with the amazing men and women who have served our country.
Mission 22 is founded on the timeless principle that America's warriors are equally valuable overseas as they are within our borders. We are unwaveringly committed to the journey back home and understand the barriers our heroes face when making the often arduous and taken for granted transition home. Trauma is an opportunity. While bleeding, hidden pains of the past can never be removed. We can transform them into something brand new and beautiful. We can grow through trauma to become our community's cornerstone, the safest neighbor on the block, the strongest leader in the office, the most caring volunteer at the elementary school. The Recovery and Resiliency Program is a year-long, and it uses everything from cutting-edge biometric tools to science-backed supplements. This is a catalyst to take the deep scars suffered for our nation's sake and turn them into opportunities to direct our God-given purpose and energies as protectors toward a refreshed and meaningful life. By committing to this year-long program, you will be happier, stronger, and wiser. Your PTS and/or TBI may not leave you, but you will be more comfortable in your own skin, and your suffering will begin to have meaning. Our goal is to give warriors one thing, the truth. Let's take responsibility for our healing.
Welcome back. We are wrapping up. Gavin Chatham at the top of the board in warm-ups with a 17.471, followed by Chris Cox, Joseph Grandy. So we're getting ready to go feature racing here. We will have 30 laps. Feature to the grid, please. Chris Cox, Joseph Grandy on the front row. Gavin Chatham, Randy Shreves in row number 2. Hines, Marv Julio in row number 3. LaFawn and Brian Dickens are in row number 4. Andy Patton, Donald Ingram in 5. Jeff Kemper and Zach Willingham in 6. Jesse Ingram and Bill Calder round out your field of 14 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. 30 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Chris Cox is hunting that first sprint car championship, but he has your current points leader to his outside. That's the 518 of Grandy. Those two are 1-2 in the points. They are separated by 15 points. It is early. It is only week number 5. Gavin Chatham, strong front row. Chatham with Randy Shreves to his outside in that 56 machine. Shreves is your reigning champion. Behind Randy Shreves, you got the 238 of Anthony Marfulio, who was the spring Friday Night Lights champion. We got 30 laps of action coming up. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to the 515 of Chris Cox. Green flag is out. We are underway. Just notice that we did lose the desktop sound, so you are not hearing the cards. So we are having severe sound problems tonight. Chris Cox at the front of the field, followed by Joseph Grandy. Randy Shreves pulls up to the rear bumper of the 515 of Chris Cox on lap 4 of 30. Grandy and Shreves are going to go side by side. And the caution comes out. Looks like Jesse Ingram involved in an incident early. That is the 7 car down low. Got Jeffrey Kemper. He's got Donald Ingram above him. The 47 car, that is Zach Willingham. Looks like that gap just closes. The 47 comes down low and the 7 comes up high. So kind of a mutual deal there. We'll see who gets the EOL. Chris Cox at the front of the field. Chris Cox at the front of the field got Randy Shreves to his tail tank. Again, I apologize for the sound and microphone issues we've had tonight. Not sure what is going on. We had some car number issues. Pace truck is off. That will leave the field to the 515 of Chris Cox on lap 4 of 30. Chris Cox battling out with Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves on that high side. Randy Shreves going to try the crossover 56 down low. Randy Shreves with a great run off of turn 4. He will take over the lead. That is your reigning sprint car champion. Put Randy Shreves on the point. Joseph Grandy is going to give it a go. Now he's going to go down low. Will Grandy be able to slide up? Will the 515 leave him some room? Yes, he will. Brian Dickens now shows up in the fight on lap 11 of 30. Cox continues to run P2. Joseph Grandy all over. Cox down low. There you see Grandy dive on the inside. There are your top 4 coming right at you. As the 518 of Joseph Grandy has, they're still side by side. Cox and Grandy are going to battle it out. Those are your top 2 in points currently. Randy Shreves, he's third in the points. So your top 3 in points are running 1, 2, 3 on the track. Shreves, Cox, and Grandy. Brian Dickens now, he's trying to make a run at the 515. Chris Cox moves up high. That was close as Dickens dives off of his rear tail tank in the 122. Dickens will make the pass, makes contact with Grandy. Will that give Cox the position back? Grandy is able to hold on to it. Shreves up front on lap 17 of 30. Now Hines in the 66. He moves up. He's going to battle it out with Dickens. Randy Shreves setting sail. Grandy and Cox. This is going to be fun to watch. Slide job by Cox. Crossover by Grandy. Caution comes out. Jordan LaFawn caught up in an incident. Let's see if we can see what happened to the 11 car. $11.24. It looks like Chatham gets into the outside wall. Don't know if he had help up there. Let's look. 24 car with a great run on the 11. LaFawn just completing his... Yeah, just no room for that 24 car on that high side, and the two make contact. Randy Shreves still leads the field. On lap 18 of 30. Randy Shreves. followed by Grandy, Cox, Dickens, Haynes, your top 5. Great start by the 56, starting lap 19 of 30. Great opening run. Shreves, Grandy, Cox, Dickens, Hines, they run nose to tail. 238 of Anthony Marjulio is going to dive down low. He's going to bring the 181 of Jeffrey Kemper along with him. 87 car of Andy Patton is in the mix. He's up to P6, up 3 positions from his start. As the caution comes back out, looks like the 515 of Chris Cox may have been involved. Running in P3, he's currently second in the points. He's got the 122 behind him. Cox dives down low. Trying to put the slide job on the 518. 18 was preparing for a crossover, and the two just make contact. That puts Chris Cox into the outside wall. So it'll be Shreves, Dickens, Hines, your top 3. Trying to fix our... Well, I can't hear the cars, but you can, so maybe that'll be all right. Randy Shreve still at the front of the field. There you go. Looks like you guys out there have the car sounds back. Can't hear them in the headset, but that's okay. Shreves, Dickens, Hines on lap 23 of 30. Pace truck should exit this time by. Pace truck is off. Getting ready to go back green. Randy Shreves will bring us to the green flag, holding off Dickens and Jason Hines. Great start by the 56. Marv Julio in the 238. He's trying to get underneath Dickens. Put the 238. He's got the bottom side working. That is the springtime champion. He's side by side with the 122 on lap 26 of 30. 238, Anthony Marvulio drives a midget in real life, I believe. He moves up to P2. Dickens battling back on the bottom side. He's going to get underneath the 238. Crossover coming. Dickens goes up high. We got lap traffic in the way. It is Marjulio at the line. Dickens and Marjulio battling it out. Shreves checking out on the field. Got over a half-second gap between himself and these two as they go to battle on lap 29 of 32 to go. Now Andy Patton in the mix in the 87. You can see the Air Force car peek its nose in. Marjulio moves into P2 with 1 lap to go. The 238 working the bottom. He's hunting the lead from Randy Shreves. Can he get it done in turn number 3 and 4? 238 down low, 56 up high. Coming off of turn 4, side by side. Shreves, Marjulio, Dickens, your top 3. Top 3 start finish line, please. What a great finish. Shreves, Marjulio, Dickens, Patton, Kemper are your top 5. What a great battle to the end. All right, gentlemen, great run. No interviews tonight as I cannot hear anything in my headset. About to throw it away. Great run by you guys. Have a great weekend. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There is your nightcap. A lot of great racing tonight. The drivers put on a great show. I sincerely apologize for the headset issues. Until next week, we will get that fixed between now and then. From Knoxville, Iowa, I wish you all a great weekend, and we will be back next time.